Hi there. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're a new viewer. Thank you so much for coming by to hang out with us today. So, couple of things before we hop into this Chatty Get Ready With Me. Oh yeah, we're doing a Chatty Get Ready With Me. In case I didn't mention that already. I'm sure you knew by the title. Anyway, I have my contacts out currently, so I am 100%, well, I'm not 100% blind, but let's just put it this way. I can't make out the camera in front of me. I can see the ring light, and that's about it. I'm having some issues with this eye, but I am determined to film today because I've been trying all day, and this is how far I've gotten. And it's like 8 o'clock in the evening, so we're doing this. So what I'm probably going to have to do through most of this, either do it like one contact in and one out like I've done in prior videos, or you might see me holding up a mirror the entire video, which is super annoying, and I apologize in advance if that's what you get to see. Anyhow, we're doing a Chatty Get Ready With Me today. I have a lot of stuff I want to discuss with you all. It's been a while since I've done one. The first half of this video was a Shop My Stash, so I don't know if I'm including it as one video or we're going to break it down into two parts. Probably two parts because everything I film is uber long, so the first half's going to be a Shop My Stash. If you guys enjoyed that, this portion is going to be applying it while chatting with you about life happenings. So if that sounds interesting, I hope you stick around. If you're just now making it to my channel and you like makeup and beauty content, Chatty Get Ready With Me's. I was going to say first impressions and makeup reviews, but, well, makeup reviews might still count, but first impressions, I'm trying really hard to do better this year, not purchase a bunch of stuff. So I don't know how many of those you're going to see this year. I want to start getting into the more creative side of makeup application and trying like graphic liner and maybe even like paints. I don't know. Not really sure yet, but I want to try a lot of newer things this year since we're not going to be buying as much. So anyway, that's what my channel is all about. If that sounds interesting to you and you want to see my journey through 2022, please hit that subscribe button. Tap the notification bell if you do so you don't miss future uploads. Let's get into this video. Okay, I'm going to preface this by saying I typically have several lights set up that I don't have set up right now because, again, it's getting late and I just don't feel like disturbing my cat. Because usually I have to put one of my soft boxes on my bed and then another one over here. And the one over here is fine. That won't disturb anything. But if I put the one on the bed, I'm going to have to move my cat and he's peacefully sleeping. I don't want that and I don't think you guys want that. So we're going to leave him be and I hope the lighting is at least decent enough, you know, for a second-rate YouTube video, because that's what we're doing. We're going to do it with just the ring light today. So the first thing that we're going to do is a primer that I don't use a whole lot because it's very finicky. Depending on what you put over top of it, it can be very sticky and just weird. I'm talking about the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This is a little sample I received quite a long time ago. It makes me nervous, I'm not going to lie. But we're going to use it just because. And I just realized I can't find a hand mirror anywhere. So I might have to use this tiny little, like, legit hand mirror. Oh, it's gross. I can't see. I can't see without my contacts. Oh, that's terrible. Especially without having those lights. I'm going to have to put the lights up. Damn it. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I can tell the lighting is 100% better when I have my soft boxes on. So we're going to leave them on. Okay. I don't know why I do this. It takes me all day to film a video. Like, I'll be all hyped up, getting ready to film, and then I will find every single reason to procrastinate or things I need to do, and then I'll scroll for a while. I don't get it. I really don't get it, especially when I'm excited to film. I'm not really sure what's wrong with me, but we're going to move forward. Okay, we're going to take the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. My ADD is in full effect today. I apologize in advance. Oh, God. It's like my 4th cup of tea and I had 3 cups of coffee. We're like next level, like a wiggin right now. So I'm going to get that going and then we're going to talk. I'm going to talk. If you guys want to listen, you're more than welcome. Oh. I haven't used this in a really long time. Is the nozzle clogged or is this just like old and it's done? So right now I'm on a vacation from work, if you want to call it a vacation. I took some time off from work, let's put it that way. I needed it very badly. Oh, there's that glue feeling. Oh, I don't miss that. But when it grips, buddy, it grips. I'm going to let that sit for a bit while I chit chat. So I'm on a vacation from work right now, like I said. An 11-day vacation, which I just can't even express to you how much I needed this vacation. Just stressed out, work-related stuff, stressed out, working extremely long hours, working on my days off from home. I am salaried, so sometimes I do that because I want to stay ahead. And I'm in the type of business where if I don't do those things, it's really easy to get behind, or it's just easy to not be able to stay on top of everything if you're not at least doing some stuff from home. I don't care what anybody says. That's just the way it is. So, you know, I'm okay with that to a degree, but when I'm doing it every day, and then I'm doing it also, like, after I get home from work for several hours every day, I was getting so burnt out, and it's just because there's so much going on. But I just needed a freaking break. And not to mention, there's other stuff going on. Like, I don't have just work stuff. I've got home stuff. You know, I'm a single parent. I'm trying to keep things together here. And we just got over the Christmas season, so, you know, funds are tight. And I don't want this to be like an hour-long bitch fest, so that's not what this is going to be. But I just haven't had a chance to really chat with you all. And I want to be able to sit down and kind of vent and chat and play with makeup and just have some me time. You know, I haven't really had a chance to film or play with makeup or anything like that in a while. I'm going to put down like the slightest, tiniest amount of this Becca Under Eye Corrector. I'm going to take this really dense brush from Complex Culture. This is their Precision Concealer Brush. Hey, you don't know where any of my handheld mirrors are, do you? What the hell? I can't find any of them anywhere. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's in here. It is. Ha ha ha. So anyhow, at the end of December is when I decided I was taking a vacation from work, and our vacation, our paid time off, rolls over like the beginning of the year, and I didn't want to take it the first week of January because it's a little too much, a little too eager, you know, so I waited. Y'all gonna be able to see what the hell I'm doing. I can't tell if I'm in focus or not because I can't see anything. But anyway, I set it up for this week, and, you know, this month has just been a little bit rough. Just a lot going on, and trying to get things right at work before I went on vacation. And I don't know if there ever is getting things right at work. Like, there's always stuff that happens. You can only be so prepared. So, just kind of is what it is at this point. You know, I had an incident at work, like the 27th. It was like right after Christmas. And I had a couple days where I just wasn't feeling very good. And this has definitely happened before. I think I've even spoken on it before, where like my heart rate will go out of whack and I'll just feel weak and dizzy and just completely out of it. Well, it happened while I was at work, but it was like extreme, and it came on out of nowhere. Like that whole day I was feeling really crappy. I was really weak and just feeling like fatigued is an understatement. It was really hard for me to get out of bed that morning, I can remember. And when I got to work, you know, I brushed it off, whatever. Sometimes I just don't feel very good. Especially dealing with the bullshit that I've been dealing with. And I kind of wrote it off. I got to work, and my, the opening manager had left, so it was just me. And then all of a sudden, I was just walking across the back room, and I started feeling really off. Like, I got really dizzy. I felt like I was going to throw up. My heart went out of rhythm, and it was, like, way out of rhythm. Like, thump, 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 stop for a couple beats, and then thump, 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 stop. Thump, 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 and it would stop, and then thump, thump, thump. Like, it kept doing that over and over and over again. It was making me sick. I felt like I was going to pass out. Like, it was a whole ordeal, and it was really scary. And at first, you know, I am somebody that deals with a lot of anxiety, so I try to be logical when I have these episodes or when I've dealt with stuff in the past, because I don't want to freak out and just assume it's something else. So my first thought was, it's my anxiety. Relax, Michelle, you're fine. So I tried to put that in my head, like when this first started happening, and it was not going away. Like, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't catch my breath, and it was scaring the shit out of me. Like, it was giving me anxiety. It's like, you know how that, like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The episode definitely came before the anxiety. It was really weird. So I ended up, like, taking a seat in the back room for a minute just to catch my breath, and one of my team members asked me if I was okay, and I was like, no, like, I'm having trouble breathing, my heart feels funny, Like, I don't feel good. I don't feel right. So it's really, it makes it even more stressful when you're the manager on duty and something like that happens, because you're supposed to be the one taking care of everybody, right? You're supposed to be the one that people call when someone else is having an issue. So I think that was adding to my stress. But again, I'm trying to put it in my head that it's just anxiety. There's nothing wrong with me. Calm down. You're fine. I even told myself that a few times. But it got to the point where I couldn't ignore, like, the symptoms I was feeling, and they weren't getting better. It was just getting worse as the time was going on. So I ended up texting my mom and telling her what was going on. And I'm like, Mom, I don't feel good. Like, if I need to go to the hospital, will you take me? And she's like, what's wrong? So I'm telling her. And she's like, I'm throwing my shoes on. I'm coming down there. So I text my boss. And I'm like, hey, I might have to leave. I'm really not feeling good. And I told him what was going on. And he was really supportive and cool about it and told me just to, take care of yourself, do what you need to do, basically. And I ended up having to call an ambulance. It was really freaking scary. I couldn't like stop feeling the way I was feeling, and it was freaking me out. And, my mom, she was like, it's going to take me a little bit to get there. If you still feel like that, you need to call an ambulance. So, second ambulance ride I've ever had in my entire life was from that episode. And when they got there, they put me on a stretcher, and it was a whole ordeal. And I was like, look, I can walk out there. Like, I don't need you to put me in a stretcher. They're like, no. They put me in a stretcher. I just felt bad. I felt guilty, which is terrible that I felt like that, but I did. This is going to be a surprise at the end since I can't see anything. So we'll pause the story for a second. I did grab the Huda Beauty foundation stick and the Westman Atelier foundation stick. So I'm going to use a little bit of both. I hope they mix well. I have no idea if they're going to, because I've never done this before with these, but that's what we're going to use. So yeah, they got me in the ambulance and immediately hooked me up to an EKG. And, I'm explaining things to him about my prior anxiety and any other health issues I've had. And she's looking at the results, and she's going, oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and give you some nitroglycerin and some aspirin. So, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, that really terrified me, because that's what they give you when you're having a heart attack. And, so I'm like low-key freaking out about it, because I've never had that before. Any other time that I had been to the hospital with similar heart issues or feeling like, something was wrong, they've never given me nitroglycerin. They've never made me chew aspirin. They always just brushed it off like it was anxiety. And I told the paramedics up front that I had I have prior anxiety. Like, this is something that I deal with, but this feels different, is what I told them. And they must have also agreed that it was different, because, again, they gave me the nitro, and, this is probably a lot, by the way. Guess we're gonna find out. Anyhow, it kind of scared me. I was all alone in the ambulance, which it is what it is. I'm getting kind of used to that, since I'm a loner. But yeah, they rushed me to the ER and did a bunch of tests, and, first they came back and they're like, everything looks fine, like, you're not having a heart attack, a stroke, nothing like that. And it's so frustrating. Like, not that I want to be dealing with one of those things, obviously, but it's so frustrating when you deal with something and you don't ever get any concrete answers. Like, when you go to the ER for an issue like that, they don't care about actually diagnosing you. They don't care about helping you fix your problem. They just want to make sure you're not dying, you're not having a heart attack, you're not having a stroke, and then they send you on your way. That's all they're there to do. So it's just frustrating, because I've been several other times with similar instances and I don't get any kind of help. You know what I mean? And I've been to a cardiologist, and I've been to my primary care physician. So anyway, the only thing that they could find that was off with me that night was my potassium was low. I did forget to mention, the doctor said something to me about vasovagal syncope or vasovagal reaction. That was the only other indication they had besides my potassium being low. But vasovagal, when you do research about it, it just didn't make any sense based on these symptoms I was having and the way I felt before it happened. I think they were just trying to come up with a logical explanation, but I don't think for a second that's what it was. I think the low potassium makes more sense. But anyway, I forgot to mention that, and I wanted to at least mention it. I didn't really know how low, because I don't know anything about that. I've never been told my potassium was low before. But I saw the report, it was low enough to where they gave me 4 potassium pills. That was all that they could find. But when I researched after I left, because you know me, actually I might have been doing this while I was in the hospital bed. I think I was. I researched symptoms of low potassium, and lo and behold, irregular heartbeat, nausea, dizziness. Like, there was a host of symptoms that you have when you have low potassium. And guys, I really think that's what was wrong with me. I think I had really low potassium. Now, when you look at the scale of what mine was reading based on like what's normal, mine really wasn't that low. But I mean, everybody's body is different. Everybody handles things differently. And I really feel like that's what was causing me to feel like that, because nothing else makes sense. If I'm told I don't have a heart condition, if I'm told that there's nothing else wrong with you, but that's the only thing they find is low potassium, and that's the symptoms it can cause, that's the only thing that makes sense, you know? So I've made it a point since then to eat like 2 bananas every morning, because I don't ever want to feel like that again. It was terrifying, and knock on wood, I haven't felt like that since. So it's just so bizarre. I'm sure I scared everybody at work. Actually, I know I did. I was so embarrassed, and obviously didn't want that to happen, but it's not like it was anything that was caused from work or anything like that. I mean, it was just me, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I didn't eat enough that day, or maybe I just hadn't eaten enough potassium, I guess. Just so freaking weird that it made me feel that bad. But yeah, so that happened. But after that happened, that was like, you know what? I need a break. On top of all the stress that I've been dealing with and just other things, I just knew I needed a break. I'd had enough. So I scheduled my vacation not long after that. And I'm on day 3 of my vacation. Today's Monday. My first day off was Friday. Oh, I'm on day 4. Oh, God. I did nothing the first 3 days. When I say nothing, I mean I literally laid in bed or on the couch or wherever. I did nothing for 3 days. And I needed that very badly. I'm not even gonna lie, this looks not so hot. I don't know if it's because it's over top of this Milk Hydro Grip or if it's the combo of the 2 foundation sticks, but woof. I'm gonna attempt to add a little bit more because that's what you do when it looks terrible, right? I do remember really liking this Huda one, so let's add more of that one. Anyhow, yeah, that was a really scary experience, and I don't know. Again, the only thing that I can attribute it to is the low potassium. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. So I've been making a very pointed effort of making sure I have enough potassium in my system just in case that's what it is. Since nobody else knows what the hell is going on. It's like way to end the year, right? Going out with a freaking bang. I'm just grateful that my team at work was very understanding, and like I went to work, I think it was the next day. I feel like I went to work the next day. And you know, they just wanted me to relax, take it easy, you know, do kind of easy type work so I wasn't stressing myself out, which I really appreciated because I still felt pretty awful. Yeah, that looks a little bit better since I did that. Maybe the other one's going bad or something. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. It's just crazy, man. I didn't even bother following up with like my primary care physician or anybody else just because I'm so tired of spending money going to the doctors for them to tell me absolutely nothing. Like, it's beyond infuriating. So I'm just going to continue thinking that it was low potassium and try to keep my potassium levels up and see if that helps. Hell, who knows? Maybe I'm somebody that struggles with having that. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me. I'm just trying to rationalize in my head because otherwise it's scary. I think that looks really nice. Now, the only problem is it's going to settle in those fine lines and wrinkles because I'm old. But other than that, it looks really nice, really skin-like. That's the one thing I do like about the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. It just looks nice. So yeah, that was end of December. And then I've just been surviving. I mean, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but it's just been really rough. And, you know, I didn't have any more paid time off after the first week of October because I got COVID the end of September, first week of October, or maybe it was the first week of October, I don't remember. Anyway, I didn't have any more paid time off after that because I had to use it all up because I was out with COVID. I didn't have enough sick time to actually last my entire COVID vacation, or whatever you want to call it. So I had to use up all of my sick time and vacation time and all that stuff that I had left on that one COVID incident. And then I was without any kind of days off, like extra days off, until January 1st, which sucked. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and... what concealer do we want to use? I grabbed 3. We have the Kosas Revealer Concealer, the NYX Born to Glow, and then I also grabbed the Bye Bye Under Eye. I just thought about something. I was gonna do eyeshadow first, because I don't know how this Blend Bunny palette is gonna wear. I don't know if I'm gonna get a bunch of fallout, but it's too late now because I've already put foundation on. I don't think the Bye Bye Under Eye is going to be the way to go because I need to put some color underneath the lash line, and I feel like it's going to get... that's not going to be a good consistency to put it over top of. In my opinion, it's way too, like, sticky. Not even tacky, but sticky. So that leaves us with the Born to Glow or the Kosas. Should we do a little bit of both? Let's get crazy with it. Why not? I always, like, tear the little sponge tips off the applicators because they gross me out. They get all mushy and they feel weird. The only thing I haven't done that with is my Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand, just because I love that product and I don't want to screw with anything. But yeah, I definitely tore it off this little puppy. I need to wash my sponges and my brushes, actually. They're pretty disgusting. What? You want to come in? Oh, that's Leo, I can tell. Do you want to come in? I'll let you in. Hold on. He's so needy. He just wants to be held all the time. He's like a little baby. Well, hello. Hi. What you doing? Hi, honey. Hi, honey. So yeah, anyway, just a busy, hectic, stressful last month. So, on another sad note, I'll try to find some positivity here somehow throughout this video. On Thursday, my grandfather passed away. Now, my grandfather was 90 years old, so he had a very long life, very full life. My grandmother had passed away like a long time ago, and it's kind of scary actually. The men live a long time, the women not so much. Both of my grandmothers passed away quite a long time ago. Anyhow, like, we knew that his health was not good and it declined very rapidly. It doesn't make it any easier though, you know, it's your family, so we knew it was coming, but yeah, it hit me kind of hard. Like, that's the grandparent that I was probably the closest to because I spent the most time with him. And that's my dad's dad. He never remarried or got into another, like, relationship after my grandmother passed away. He just wanted to be with his family. He had rooms at his children's houses, and he didn't even have his own place. He would, well, that was his place, you know? He would hop from one of his kids to the next kid, and he had rooms at each, and he would stay, and I got to spend a lot of time with him because of that. So yeah, it just hit a little bit different, I guess, because I spent a good bit of time with him when I was growing up, and that was on Thursday. The first day of my vacation was Friday. That happened Thursday, so and it happened at 2 o'clock in the morning, so I knew before I went to work on Thursday, and I was trying really hard not to let it, like, get to me, and I did pretty well until about halfway through the day. Just something happened, and it set me off, and I was like, I don't even want to be here today. You know, I just was in my feelings about it, and, I mean, obviously. So it was a little rough, but I'm very grateful that I had this time planned off, even though my company gives bereavement time regardless. So even if I hadn't already had this time planned, I could have taken a few days off. Anyhow, I'm just glad that I had, or that I have this time to kind of grieve and not have to work thinking about that and feeling like that, because Thursday was rough. Thursday I did not want to be there. I was very distracted. It was a long, rough day. I'm just grateful I get to be home and be able to kind of deal with it in my own way and not have to put on a show like I'm doing great. And again, it's not like we didn't know this was coming. We did. So Thursday was probably the hardest. Thursday and Friday were pretty rough. I'm feeling a little bit better about it today just because I know he declined pretty rapidly. He had started to get dementia, and I kind of beat myself up over it a little bit that I didn't get to go say goodbye to him. But even my mom told me, like, he didn't even recognize my dad towards the end. And I just can't imagine, like, anyone watching, someone that's dealt with a family member that has dementia or Alzheimer's, like, I can't imagine how that must feel, going to that family member and them not recognizing you. Like, that must be soul crushing. Or how it must feel to the person that has the disease. I mean, not knowing any of your loved ones, or people telling you that they're your family, or they're your spouse, your children, and you not knowing who they are. Like, that just must be terrifying. So, like, I feel guilty about not seeing him during his last days, but at the same time, like, it was really hard for me to imagine him like that. And I didn't want to have that as my last vision of him. I didn't want that to be the last thing that I remembered about him, was him. And he probably wouldn't have remembered me anyway, you know? So, yeah, I didn't, and regardless, I was working, so I didn't really get the chance to go see him during those final days. I had really thought about it, being on this vacation, I had thought about seeing him during this week, but he declined so rapidly, I didn't even get the chance to. So that sucked. That was a not good part of my month, obviously. This looks kind of crazy. I don't know what happened. We took a turn here. It's very full coverage. I wasn't expecting that. Looks kind of shitty, I'm not gonna lie. It always looks different after I put the bronzer and blush on, so I'm not gonna stress over it too much. And I'm not gonna put on anything for my eyelids yet. I'm gonna wait until I do the eyeshadow before I, get to that step. So anyhow, yeah, it's been a rough month. Okay, so since I have I keep forgetting what this is called. The Sea Breezy, what is it called? The Breezy Cream Bronzer. Where am I getting Sea Breezy? I don't know. Don't ask me. The Breezy Cream Bronzer from Tarte in the shade Seychelles. It feels a little dry, and I don't know if that's because it's always felt like that, or if it's because it's just getting a little old. I'm not sure, but that's what we're going to use today. I really like using this Luxie brush for, like, contouring and bronzer and whatnot, just because it's got such a small, compacted, like, angled head on it. I like it. My legs are swelling. I've been standing on my feet too long today, and now I'm sitting. Look at you. Look at you, looking all innocent. You ain't innocent. Speaking of, my kikis. Whoops. It's okay. Don't get excited. Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. Both of my cats like to plop down on my bed and rest and sleep all day so they can run around all night. I think that was one of the best things that I did, was get a kitten for Zeus. But Leo's a little turd, man. He likes to instigate. Like, I thought it was going to be the other way around. No. Nope. Leo is 100% the instigator. I don't understand it. Don't understand it. But he's so stinking cute. I mean, it's pretty dry. Oh, hell. I had a feeling that was going to happen, where it just kind of like plops in one place and it's really hard to move it. It's pulling way more orange than I'm used to. Why is it doing that? Why are you doing that, Tarte? I'm being so aggressive. My cat is staring at me. It's okay. I'm not beating myself up, I promise. Only partially. I'm so blind without my glasses. This is difficult. This is not easy to do. I hope this looks good. I might get a little quieter just because my daughter's trying to sleep, so I don't really want to disturb her slumber. This is where I am so far after adding the Tarte Cream Bronzer. It's not my favorite tone. I remembered it being a little bit more bronzy, not so orangey, but anyway, we're going to move forward. Under eyes look horrific. I won't be using the Kosas and NYX combo anymore. I think it's time to powder. So I did pull out my Laura Mercier translucent powder, an old favorite for a lot of people. I haven't used it in a while. So I'm going to powder really quickly, and then when I come back, we'll get into the rest of the face. We'll finish this conversation. My cat is like following something around the room, and it's kind of wigging me out because I don't see anything. What do you see, baby? You losing it, dude? God, I forgot how much I love this powder. It looks so good. Delicious. Wow. That looks really nice. Now that I'm powdered with the Laura Mercier powder, I'm going to take the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. You coming or what? These cats are in and out, in and out. Anyway, I'm going to take a really fluffy brush and just kind of sweep it all over just to give that kind of, that sheeny. Doesn't look so dry. I don't know if that did anything, but we're just going to leave it alone. I've had this powder forever. Like, I think I bought this soon after it first came out, and I haven't even put a dent in it. So I'm going to take the Oliver Take Home the Bronze bronzer from The Balm. We're just going to lay some more bronzer down. Why not? Okay, so now that the base is totally finished, I'm going to hop off camera and do the brows just because it takes a while. I don't want to bore you all. And then when I come back, we'll get into the eyeshadow, the fun portion. I had so many people vote for the palette that I'm going to be using. If you all follow me over on Instagram, I did a poll asking you whether you wanted to see the Huda Beauty, almost said Mercury Retrograde. Why? I'm not sure. The Rose Quartz, the Blend Bunny Surge palette, the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette, or the P. Louise Watch the Queen Conquer, and by a landslide, everyone chose the Surge palette from Blend Bunny, so I'm really excited to play with it today. I have a look in mind. I am stoked. So yeah, brows are going on, and then when I come back, we're going to jump into that palette. I am so excited to play with this Surge palette. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video or not, but I did try a look with this when I first got it, and I think I played with the purples. I really can't remember. It is such a stunning palette. It's got all these beautiful neons. Like if you look at it, it goes in rows here. You've got greens, blues, purples, pinks, and so forth, and it's just set up in a way where you can create a beautiful blend. You've got some really deep shades in the middle. You got these murkier, like grungier tones. Maggie, Blend Bunny, she's a wizard, okay? A wizard with eyeshadow. The way she designs her palettes, she has an eye for this kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm super excited. What I've decided to do is, and I think I mentioned this earlier, or maybe I mentioned it in my Shop My Stash, I can't remember. I gained some inspiration from Sarah from Better Off Red. She did this really beautiful eye look where it had like, it almost looked like it was this shade of blue, maybe a cross between these two. On the, like, she did like a halo eye, and she did that on the outside, and in the middle, it looked like a really bright off pink, like a whitish pink shade, and it was real shiny. At least that's what I saw. That's what I wanted to see. So I think I might do like my own rendition of that. Of course, you know me. I'm going to be using some of my Terra Moon shades. I think I even have a Cleona shade in here. I also pulled a Luxie Beauty shade that I might use. I might actually use this one as the center of my lid. I'm not sure yet. We're going to play around and have a good time. I just want to tell you how serious I'm taking this, okay? I was wondering, just because I haven't played with this enough to know what eye base works best with these shadows. You know, here's how that goes. If you are good enough with eyeshadow application, you can get just about any kind of base to work, or any kind of eyeshadow to work with any kind of base. I'm not quite as talented as some of my other YouTube buddies, so to me it kind of makes a difference what base I'm pairing with what shadow. So what I did is I went on Instagram and I stalked Maggie's page a little bit, and I looked to see exactly what eye base she was using in her pictures using this palette or some of her other palettes. And in the majority of her pictures, she's using the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas eye base. Now, I don't know if mine is in fair. I hope so, because I'm fair, but it does look a little deep for me, doesn't it? Like, I'm a little nervous, but we're going to use it anyway. I'm going to see what happens. And the way I see it is, she's using that specific base for a reason. It must work well with those shadows, so let's get it on the lids. Since I've mentioned her name now a couple times, Sarah, also known as Better Off Red here on YouTube and Instagram, she does, like, well, I was going to say true crime, but it's called Crew Crime, and I've been following her since she was, like, had a couple thousand subscribers, and it's been amazing watching her grow. And I just wanted to share that with you. If you're not already following Sarah, please go and check out her channel. She does, again, Crew Crime. She does other type of makeup videos. She does like BoxyCharm unboxings. She's a real delight to watch. She's got this dry sense of humor, but she's hilarious. She does vlogs. If that sounds like something you'd be into, go check her out if you've never heard of her. Most of you probably already have. But yeah, that's where the inspiration from this look is coming from. It's going to look quite different. I already know it will. She's just a little classier in the way she does her eyeshadow. Mine's a little bit more loud and clownish. Let's get the eye base on. I think it's a decent enough base from what the experience I have with it. I did like it a whole lot, which is why it's almost gone. I just like to switch it up from time to time. There's lots of good bases out there. No, this isn't too dark, actually. This is pretty good. I'm just hoping it's not expired. Oh, it does feel a little burny. Uh-oh. Maybe it's just because it's wet. I can't tell if it's because it's wet or it's burning. I think I used too much is what I did. Oh my god. It's going to be creasing like crazy. So the first shade I'm going to go in with, I'm kind of wondering if I should take Linger first, which is the deepest shade. Whoa. That's typically how I see Maggie, Blend Bunny, do her shadow. It's deeper to lighter, and she blends from dark to light. Should I start with this one? Should I do it? I kind of feel like I should. But I'll be honest, it makes me a little nervous. I'm going to do it anyway, because that's what Maggie would do. I also bought the brushes from Blend Bunny. Blah, blah, blah. They're a little big. Not big. I have really hooded lids, okay? So I use very specific brushes. We're going to start off with the Builder Pro from Sonia G. And I'm going to start laying this right here. Oh my. That is such a beautiful shade. This is really hard to do without contacts in, by the way. I can't see. You guys see that color? That is stunning. This is a Morphe E36, and it's just like a very small like pencil brush. And it works really well for getting right in that crease. Right here. Now I'm going to go in here. Such pretty colors. They're just so damn saturated. I know you guys can't see anything because I'm all up in my mirror, but I can't see anything. Now I'm going to take the shade above that called Rush. Really beautiful. Like it's like a grayish blue. So pretty. Oh, my feet are, oh, my legs are asleep. Ah, like both of them. Oh god, I'm getting old. Too old for this. Okay, now the way you're supposed to do this is grab another smaller brush, which I have several of the one I just showed you. Okay, into that other blue shade, and you're going to do half on and half off. Kind of blendy, blendy. I'm going to scoot closer. You guys can probably not see what I'm doing at all. So I just realized I stopped talking about anything of the makeup. Because I do that. What else did I want to talk about? Oh god, that's so pretty. Okay, now let's go into the lightest shade to blend that out. Alright, dipping into that lighter blue. This one's more of like a periwinkle shade. Kind of. It's turning out a lot darker than I thought it would. I'm going to take the Blend Bunny, what is this, the B3, and I'm going to dip into the lighter shade. Should I just drag the whole fucking thing around? I feel like I need to just drag it the whole thing around. Let's do it. This is stressing me out, guys. I don't know what I've done, but it's not what I was going for. Maybe I need to blend white into it, because it looks like shit. It looks rough, people. Let's take this bigger brush. I mean, something's going to have to save me here. Uh-oh. Is this doing what I want it to? It's starting to. It's starting to. I'm getting excited. I mean, it's starting to look a little bit better. I'm definitely one of those people that can start off with like an eye look in mind, and it turns out nothing like I wanted it to. I have no words. What? It's like magic. I'm not even lying. The blend on that looks beautiful. I can't feel my leg. Oh my god. The only thing is, I feel like for my hooded eye, I didn't go up high enough. I definitely didn't. I was scared too. There's only one way to fix that. We're gonna have to go up a little higher. It's such a good palette. I'm sold on it already. Damn, that's good. Y'all, I just can't. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but wow. Do you see the blend? I really hope you guys can see what I'm seeing. It is fantastic. Do I still want to do what I originally planned to do? I don't know. So impressed with myself. I don't even know if I have time to do the second eye, so we might just wrap up with the one eye. You're gonna have to forgive me. It's getting really late. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. So I had taken, first of all, I bought this little mixing tray off of Amazon years ago, and I've just now really started using it to like mix pigments, foundations, whatever. But it's really comes in handy. I mixed up the shade, was it Supernova? Yeah, Supernova from Terra Moons, which is this lovely shade right here. I mixed that up with Cleona's, oh shit, I forget, Lineage. And it's this really beautiful like sea green with a pink flip, but I wanted it for the pink flip, if that makes sense. So I mixed those together, and it lightened Supernova a little bit and gave it a little bit of a pink hue. So what I'm gonna do, carefully, is start packing that on the edges. I just feel like this turned out more blue than I was expecting. Like I was expecting it to turn out more of that like grayish tone, or not gray, but more of that lighter, I don't even know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I knew this wouldn't turn out the way I expected though, so it is what it is. Let's see what happens here. Very carefully. That's pretty. That's pretty. That's a pretty start. Oh, there's shit in my eye. I don't know where to go from here. It turned out a lot different than I thought it was going to. There's like blue all underneath my eye. So I would say definitely do your shadow first before you do your face, or you're going to end up like me with shadow all underneath your eye. I mean, this is heavenly. It kind of makes me want to drag that shade all the way over, but I need some pizzazz in the middle. Should I do the Cosmos? Like, look at that shit. Or should I do the shade from JD Glow called Opal, which is that pink, which is going for more of that look that like attracted me to Better Off Red's look. I think I'm going to go with the Cosmos because I'm basic like that. I'm going to finish off with just tapping this, the same shade I used on the edges, in the middle. This color stains very badly, by the way. Supernova from Terra Moons. I mean, that's pretty enough on its own, but it's just, it doesn't have quite enough pizzazz for me. So we're going to fix that. All right, let's take the Cosmos. I'm whispering because my door's cracked open. Let's take the Cosmos very gently. Oh, God, I can't help it. It's so beautiful. This is just going to take this look to the next level, and I'm just going to lightly tap some of it. Do you see it? I think that's it, guys. I want to do a second look so bad, but my legs keep swelling. And this look took forever, and I can't see. That's pretty. I love it. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I was going to do both eyes. I was going to come up with a whole separate look for this side, but it's super late. My legs are swelling. I can't see anything because I don't have any contacts in, and this eye is still bugging me where I injured it, so I'm not going to risk it tonight by putting more makeup on this eye. What I might do is another day come back and do 2 more eye looks, or at least 1 more eye look to finish off like both eyes. I really love the way this turned out. I think it's beautiful. I am super impressed with the Surge palette. Like, are you freaking kidding me? I was really worried about this when I first started blending, and then I put that white in there and it's like it all just came together. Like, blown away. Totally blown away by the quality of these shadows. It's like they blended themselves. It's very bizarre. Anyhow, I am going to finish the rest of the face. It's going to look weird because I'm going to have one eyeball finished and one's not. Sorry. But I at least wanted to finish talking a little bit and using the rest of the product. So let's get into it. So we only have a few more steps. I'm going to take Boom Sour from Davina for my inner corner highlight. That's one thing about the Surge palette. It doesn't really have too many inner corner highlight shades. I mean, it's got this one here, or you could use white. I mean, or you could use a pop of neon. I'm not really feeling the neon for this look, though. So, let's take Boom Sour. I got plenty of inner corner highlights. I don't need them to be included in palettes. I've got all kinds of shifty, iridescent singles. There it is. Do you see what that does? It just finishes it, right? I don't know how to just put a little dot. Come on now. Okay, the last things that I have to do is my blush and my highlight. So I pulled out the Rouge Romance from Jaclyn Cosmetics. Really great palette. I'm thinking... I'm so tired. I think I'm going to take Admirer, which is this... I don't want to say deeper, but it's a pretty pink shade. Let's do that. So I did want to update you really quickly on my low buy for this year. If you all have been on my channel for, you know, at least since last year this time, then you probably remember me talking about a low buy, and I had rules, and I've even mentioned over the past year how terrible I was doing on my low buy. So if you've been here for any length of time, you've heard me talk about that kind of stuff. Yeah, I failed miserably last year, and something inside of me just kind of clicked. I don't know if it was around Black Friday or Christmas. I don't know, honestly, I'm not really sure. But I really haven't wanted much. So far, for the month of January, I bought, let's see, I bought my Estee Lauder Double Wear, which is a staple foundation. I use it every day before work, so I feel like that one was justified, you know what I mean? I bought the Smashbox, the little mini primer that I was showing you guys in my Shop My Stash. What'd I do with it? This one, the new mattifying primer, the Shine Control, just to see if it was comparable to, you know, my Holy Grail. And I bought my Moroccan oil treatment because I use it every time I get out of the shower. And then the last but not least, I bought the Shine by SD bundle, the As Above bundle. Was it the As Above or So Below? I think it was the As Above bundle. Anyway, yeah, they got me. I just need to stay off Instagram because, wow. And I did buy... God, this makes me want to do the other eyeball. I did buy some shadows from Touch of Glam, but I bought them at the end of November and the end of December. So, January, that's all I got. And I'm really, really proud of myself because... And that might sound so stupid to a lot of people, but I have very little self-control when it comes to buying makeup, and I really just haven't wanted anything except for that Shine by SD bundle. It got me. Other than that, it was just staple repurchases. Oh, and the little Smashbox Mini. But that's it. I'm not buying anything else this month. I don't need to. Starting off right. And that's the trend I want to continue on. And I just want to use what I have and be creative and enjoy the products that are already in my collection because I have so many amazing things. I mean, this is fun. Like, this was a good time, and I didn't buy anything extra for this. This is stuff that I already had. So, yeah, I'm digging it. I am enjoying it. Damn it, I want to finish this other eye. I can't. I just can't. Like, I love that. I love the way that turned out. You guys will have to let me know what you think. It's beautiful, in my opinion. I was going to do lips and all that, but I just don't have the energy. Okay, so for the highlight, we're going to go with Cocoa Bling, just because I'm just ready to wrap her up. From Artist Couture, very blingy, very shiny, sparkly. Let's do it. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I didn't mean to do all that. I'm not going to even put on any lip liner. We're just going to put a little bit of the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. It's an old favorite. Alright, that is going to wrap up this video. Again, I'm really sorry that I only have the one eyeball done. It's getting way too late. And I at least wanted to show you the one eye with the Surge palette. If I decide not to film anymore with this palette right now, then thank you all so much for watching. If I do decide to film more, then you're going to see more looks coming in a future video. Anyhow, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. I know that my upload schedule has been very sporadic at best here lately. I've never had a consistent upload schedule because my life is just very hectic. And especially with, you know, the workload that I'm dealing with right now and just home life stuff, I just haven't had the time to film. So I do appreciate the ones that, regardless of how often I upload, you're here, you watch my content, you interact with me, you take the time to leave nice comments down in my comment section. We talk like we're old friends. I just love it. I love having those conversations with you all. So if you are a longtime subscriber and you enjoy having those conversations with me as well, please don't forget to leave some feedback down below. Let me know if you like this video, if you enjoyed this eye look, if you have been thinking about getting the Blend Bunny Surge palette, or if you just feel like chit-chatting with me and let me know what's going on in your life. I love hearing about you all too. So thanks again. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next video.